Hey, what's up? It's Nathan here, and in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how to get onto Nostr. So real quick, we'll cover some basics and then we'll get into actually doing the stuff that you need to do in order to access Nostr. So Nostr stands for Notes and Other Stuff Transmitted by Relays, and you could go to nostr.com and you could read some stuff about it. A lot of it's pretty, advanced, I would say. Like, it's kind of technical. Like this type of stuff, an array or something like that. I don't even know. There's stuff like that on here. You could go ahead and read it if you want to. It's out there, nostr.com. Currently, Nostr is being used as like a decentralized Twitter, but I think it came out around December 2022, so it's February 2023 right now, so it's only been out for like 2 or 3 months at least, kind of publicly. So I imagine there's going to be more tools and options and functions on Nostr eventually. But right now, it's basically like a decentralized Twitter, and I know that they're trying to turn it in or have a GitHub on Nostr and so on. So it's just decentralized, meaning that like no one controls it per se, no one can shut it down. It exists out there just like Bitcoin exists. It's not much you can do about it. It's out there. So a couple of keywords that you're going to want to familiarize yourself with is client. So this is the app you'd use for interacting with Nostr. So the Nostr network, so to say, you use a client. Relays are what contain the information that you'll view from your client. So those are like the Twitter posts, or the Nostr posts are on these different relays, and that's where you go. You connect to these relays through your client in order to view different posts. So client relay, and then you have a private or secret key, and this is basically your password for Nostr, and you have your public key, which is basically your username for Nostr, and your public key is derived from your private or secret key. So it's like created by that. So point is, private or secret key is meant to be private or secret because it's your password for Nostr, and if they have this, they can take over your account. So private, secret key, you keep that safe. And you can basically use any client that you want. It's the relays that are important. So there's a bunch of different clients out there, as I'll show you. And again, you use that client to connect to the relay, and the relay is what contains the data. So there's a bunch of clients. Relay is where the information is. So let's go ahead and just get started. Now, there's like a million ways to get onto the Nostr network. Like, you could do it entirely mobile, or if you have your own node, you could go ahead and set up relay, set up a client, and access Nostr through your own node. And that's why it's decentralized. You could do it however you really want to. I'm going to show you a way that's kind of custodial. So, some of your stuff will be with like another company, and like you won't have full control over it per se. But you could always get more and more decentralized and control of your access on Nostr and what you post and things like that. So I'm going to show you one of the easier ways to get on and have full access and control over everything, or full usage of the features, I should say. All right, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and get an extension, Alby. So this is a browser extension. And hopefully you know how to download an extension and add it to your browser. So you're going to go ahead and install Alby, and it'll be this little alien looking guy right up here. And this is what you'll be using for Nostr and Lightning and so on. So that's that. Link, of course, is in the description below. It'll link over to this document, and you can go ahead and follow the links. So let's go ahead and go into Alby real quick. And what I want to go ahead and do is come to this menu here, and I'm going to go to accounts. Now I already have a couple accounts, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new one for this video. So add account, and I'm going to create an Alby account. So this is what I mean. You could create, you could connect your own node and use your own node, but I'm just going to use Alby. So I'm going to go ahead and sign up now and throw in my email address. And right here at the bottom it says choose your Lightning address optional, and we want to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do Ghost Nugget BTC. That's my cool nickname or pseudonym. And I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And awesome, you're ready to go. So I have Ghost Nugget at getalby.com. Now let's come back over here to my list of things I want to go ahead and do. All right, so now I need to go ahead and actually set up Nostr, and maybe I should write some instructions on create keys. Well, I have it right here, private and public keys in Lightning integration. All right, let me come back over here. So let's go back up to this menu real quick, and I want to go back to, or I want to go to manage accounts, and I want to click on this Ghost Nugget BTC one, and then we have this Nostr right here option. So right here, I can go ahead and, if I already have a private key, I could go ahead and put it in here. Or, since I'm getting started, I'll go ahead and generate a new key. So I'm going to click Generate a New Key. And it gives me the option to generate a random key or derive a key from this account. And you can go ahead and learn more if you want to, but generating random key is more secure or more private. So I'm going to go ahead and generate a random key. And so there we go. So my private key is encrypted and saved successfully. Awesome. And you can see it also generated my public key right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and unhide this real quick. So you might see, I'm going to blur out some of this stuff, but you'll see it says this private key or the secret key starts with NSEC. So if you are about to post this somewhere, just pay attention. It should start with NPub. That's your public key. You can share that with people. NSEC, secret. You don't share it with people. Again, this is your username and password for Nostr. So you don't want to be spreading this information out here. But you could go ahead and copy this information and store it securely. Like in, I don't know, LastPass, if you want to, you can make a secure note and store it in there. Just put it somewhere so that you have it, basically. Or it'll stay in Alby, but if Alby messes up or your computer messes up, you might lose it. So you want to write it down somewhere. I mean, the best way to do it, of course, is writing it on a piece of paper, but I don't know. You have it stored in your browser already, so I mean, that's kind of like the unsecure thing to do anyway. So I think saving it in LastPass is kind of like the least of your worries, to be honest. But anyway, so once you got it backed up somewhere, you could go ahead and save it, which I've already done. And we could just come over here, and we're going to go ahead and hit receive. Hey, I just want to jump in here real quick and let you know that you don't have to add funds in order to participate on Nostr. Nostr is completely free, but if you want to participate in the value for value model, that's kind of the ethos of Nostr, then you probably want to add some funds, but you don't have to, okay? Just wanted to put that out there real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and load some funds into my wallet here, my Lightning wallet, so that way I can get the full features of Nostr. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in amounts in Satoshis. I think it'll probably be like 50,000 sats, $12. That should be good. Who is sending this payment? I am. Preloading Alby. And I'm going to go ahead and create an invoice. So here we go. So now I go ahead and I can pay this with the Lightning wallet. Now I'm just going to use Strike. But I'll have a video with other tools that you can use in order to pay your Lightning invoices. You can use Strike, you could use Cash App, you could use Moon Wallet for non-custodial option, you could use River, Kraken I think has a Lightning. So any way that has a Lightning feature, you could go ahead and pay this invoice. And again, I'll make a video and I'll have a link to it, so if you need to understand what I'm saying, you can watch that video and get some more options. But I'm just going to use Strike because I have that and I have money on it. So I'll just go ahead and scan that real quick. And confirm. And there we go, payment received. So now my Alby wallet is preloaded, or loaded with $12.20 or 50,000 sats. So I now have my Nostr private key, public key, and I've loaded my Lightning wallet so I can play nicely within Nostr. So come back over to my instructions here. Alright, so load up your Lightning wallet with Strike, so that's what I just did. And we did our private and public keys. And then we have more methods for loading your wallet. And yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. I'll make it and I'll have it out shortly, if not already. Alright, so now we want to get on a client. So we can come over to Snorch Social. And again, there's a bunch of different clients, right? Clients are how you interact with the different relays. So Snorch Social is a popular one. Iris is, or Iris.2 is a popular one. Astral Ninja is a popular one. And these are all desktop-based or browser-based. There's a couple apps. iOS is Damus. Android is Amethyst. which is linked to right here. And then there's a list of a bunch of clients and features and stuff like that over here. Let me load that up real quick. So here's what you can see, like Damus, Astral, Ninja, Snort right here. And you can see, you know, what features they have or don't have and so on. So you can kind of check it out if you want to. All right, so here we are on Snort Social. And I'm going to go ahead and log in right here. So we'll go to login. And now it asks for our key. It wants our private key. But what we can go ahead and do is log in with extension NIP07. So click that option. Should load up Alby here. You want to make sure you're under your appropriate account. And then go ahead and confirm. And now I'm logged in. And as you can see, it kind of looks like Twitter, right? I have a feed here of people posting stuff. And, you know, I could go ahead and like it or whatever else. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look at our profile and update that. So we can go ahead and click on our profile icon. And you see there's my public key right there. I'm going to go ahead and click on settings and profile. And so now I could go ahead and update and add an avatar and a banner and so on. So I create my profile, you know, like there are profiles on Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit. And Snort Social lets me upload an image, so I could go ahead and select an image to add. Now, some clients, they don't let you upload images to them. And so there's a place you could go right over here, Nostr.build, where you could go ahead and upload images if the client you're using doesn't let you do it. So some clients let you upload images. Other times you'll have to go ahead and like come over here, choose a file and select it and upload the image. And then you could go ahead and copy this link right here and use that link to reference your image. So depending on what client you're using, you may or may not be able to upload images. And so this Nostr.build is a great tool to be able to do it. Coming back over here, same concept with the banner if you want to add a banner. All right, so then we can go ahead and create our name. So I'll just do Nathan and display name. I'm gonna do Nathan again. Yeah, I want to jump in here real quick again because I didn't really explain this piece too much. So name is your like handle. So on Twitter, you know, you have @GhostNuggetBTC. That's your handle. So that's what this name is here. So I have @Nathan. But one thing to note on Nostr is this name is not unique to you. What's unique to you is your npub, your public key. That's what's unique to you. This right here can be used for people that follow you. If they want to like tag you in one of their notes, then they can more easily reference you. So you do want it to be, you know, relevant to you probably, but it's not unique to you. There can be a million Nathans out there on Nostr, and you know that'll happen. The npub is what's unique to you. So that's why I didn't, you know, spend too much time here. I just kind of ran through it real quick, but you can plug in whatever you want here and you can change it whenever you want as well. So it's not set in stone. It's not as important as your Twitter handle, for example. So just wanted to put that out there. And about, this is my bio. And I could go ahead and throw a website in there. All right, and then there's a NIP05, which I'm going to cover in just a minute here. But in the meantime, we can also throw in our lightning address. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that from up here. It's my ghostnuggetbtc@getalby.com. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. And it wants me to sign. And I'm going to say yes. And then I can come back out to Snort. And I'm back on my home page. And this functions just like any social media network that you might think it would. You could go ahead and search for people if you want to. So I could search for, I don't know, Paul. See if there's anybody Paul. And so there's a Paul right here. I'm going to click on him. I could go ahead and follow Paul. And it asks me, or I need to confirm that I want to follow Paul. So just confirm. And just like that, I'm following Jean-Paul Laclau. So there we go. I could go back to my profile here. And I could go ahead and add a note if I want to. If it loads. Sometimes, I mean, Nostr's brand new, and sometimes it's really slow. And Snort seems to be slower than some others sometimes. So if that's the case, you could try another client. So let me go ahead and try Iris real quick. And this will be a good demonstration of how it doesn't really matter what client you use because your information transfers from one client to another. Let's go Nostr extension login right here and connect and confirm. And I can come back over to my profile here and we can see that my profile is the same whether I'm on Snort Social or I'm on this Iris tool. My profile has remained the same. And I could go ahead and edit my profile and you can see my name, username. So if I change my username over here on Iris, it would change my username across all of Nostr. So if I go into another client, my username would be different. And you can see my picture URL. So Iris doesn't let you upload files, it looks like. You link to them. Or you could upload them. I guess either way works. So let me come back to this Nostr build. I'll copy this address real quick and throw it in here. So there you go. So if it asks for a picture URL, you would throw that in there. My bio, banner URL. All right, all this stuff is good. We'll save and confirm. All right, so I could go ahead and post now. For whatever reason, Snort Social's not loading, so we'll go to Iris, and this is my first post. And confirm, and boom, I posted right there. Let's go to who I'm following, and I'm following Adam back right here. And let's say that I love his post. I could go ahead and click on that and confirm, and boom, just like that, I've liked his post right there. So pretty self-explanatory, works like Twitter does. But the point is, it doesn't matter what client you're using, right? Oh, there it goes. It loaded in Snort now. This is my first post, loaded in Snort. So yeah. All right, let me come back over here real quick. All right, so another thing we can go ahead and do that's really popular on Nostr is you pay people for value. So if somebody does something that is valuable, they create a post that has content that you really like, you might zap them a tip. So that's why we kind of preloaded our wallet here with some Satoshis, so that way we could go ahead and tip somebody when they give you information that you like. So let's come on down here and see if anybody has something worth tipping. And so I found this post right here from Marty Bent that I like. So I could go ahead and click on this little lightning bolt here, and it brings up a tip menu. So I want to tip him 1,000 sats because I like his post. I would say like, awesome work, thanks for sharing. And I could include my name, email, etc. Maybe I want them to reach out to me, send me a DM, a direct message or something like that. I could go ahead and include that information. Maybe they do it, maybe not. I mean, it's up to them. But I could go ahead and just tip 1,000 sats. I could tip 10 if I wanted to. You could tip more if you want to. I'm just gonna do 1,000. Confirm. And just like that, I sent Marty Bent 1,000 sats for thanking him for this post right here. And so that's how you kind of engage with the Nostr community, is with these tips. These zaps is what they're called. And you do that by loading your Lightning wallet, and then you can go ahead and pay it. And let me go back over here to what I want to show you. So we did our profile configuration. I want to talk about relays real quick. So coming over here to this icon right here, we have our relays that we're connected to. So these are all the relays. And again, this is where the data is stored on these various relays. So you could go ahead and remove relays, like maybe there's a bunch of spam or something like that on one of these relays, or you could go ahead and remove it. Or maybe there's like private relays that you set up with your friends, or there's a community relay that you want to join. You could add it here, and then you see content from that community because it's on that particular relay. Remember, a relay is where the information is stored. So you can go ahead and add and subtract the relays, and that could completely change your user experience on Nostr. What also changes it is based off of who you're following. So you can go ahead and follow people, and you just see information from the people that you're following. but you want to make sure that you're on the same relays that they're posting to. Otherwise, you're not going to see their content. So you want to make sure, if I want to see what Jack is posting, I need to be on at least one of the same relays that he's on. So that way the information is shared between that relay from him to me, right? You could go to global here and see what's going on, on Nostr. And, it's basically just a wall of just stuff. It's overwhelming. But you can see everything that's coming out onto Nostr if you wanted to as well, and so on. So let's come back over here. Now, it can be kind of hard to find people on Nostr. Like, it's not the best search. Like, if I went and I tried to look for Jack or somebody on Iris here, it might be hard to find them. But there's directories like Nostr directory right here, where people basically connect their public key with their Twitter account. And so this is something that you might want to do as well. If you have a Twitter account, you might want to connect to it. But it could be a good way to find people. You're like, oh, I do want to follow Camry. So I could go ahead and copy their npub right here and come over to Iris. And I could go ahead and search. And there it is, Camry right there. And I could go ahead and follow and confirm. And now I'm following Camry right there. And, maybe I couldn't have found him from the search, but I could find him on this directory website. So what we might want to do is go ahead and confirm our Nostr pub key. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button right there, and it'll pop up Twitter for us. And so verifying my account on Nostr, my public key. So I need to paste my public key in here. And I'll go to my profile real quick. Here's my public key right here in the URL. And come over here. So my public key is this right here. Remember, make sure you're putting the npub one out there. I've seen people post their NSEC one, and that's bad. Remember, that's your password. The private or secret key is your password. And you can customize this message if you want to. It should find it just by you posting your public key. And we'll just go ahead and tweet that message out real quick. All right, let me come back over to the directory. And I'm going to come to search right here and search for Ghost Nugget BTC. And so we've linked our proof link right here. And we have my public key right there, so somebody could find me right like that. So that's good. We have that green check. Let me come back out real quick. And I want to verify my pub key on Nostr as well. So let me click that option right here. And I want to go ahead and put in my Twitter screen name. So it's Ghost Nugget BTC. I'm going to go ahead and copy this to my clipboard and sign with extension and connect and confirm and confirm. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out real quick. And I'm going to search for myself again. And we can see now I have a green check marker right here. User assigned their Twitter handle with their Nostr private key. So I've basically confirmed my Nostr account on Twitter and my Twitter account on Nostr at this point in time. So that's good information right there. And so one last thing we might want to go ahead and do is get like the blue check mark with NIP05, and we're going to be using Nostr plebs for this, but I'm going to have a video coming soon to show you how to do it with a custom domain, so be on the lookout for that. But what I mean is, if we come over to, we'll come to Snort Social real quick, hopefully it loads. So we see right here, we have like jack@cache.app, and nvk@nvk.org, so they have custom domains set up. And so this basically shows that these people are well, they have a purple check mark here on Snort Social, but they're like certified, or they're confirmed users, basically. Like they've gone through this extra step of confirming who they are. So you're pretty sure that this is actually Jack, because he has jack@cache.app. And so, I mean, how many other people have, a cache.app address? So this is him right here. And it also makes it easier for people to find you or other people on Nostr, because I could search for cache@cache.app or jack@cache.app and find him. So this is just confirmation here's elder.nostrland, so that's a public one right there. Like Marty Bent right here, he has not gone and confirmed his account. So this might be an impersonator Marty Bent. So that's why you might want to go ahead and confirm it. If you go to my profile right now, I won't have anything either. So I'll be looking like Marty Benton. There could be a million people looking like me, impersonating me. So we want to make sure we stop that. So Marty Benton needs to go ahead and set that up. Hopefully he does it soon. I'm sure he's busy. But anyway, so to do that, here's my profile now before I go the NIP05 process, and then we'll look at it afterwards. So I'm going to be using a tool called Nostr Plebs. Now there's a bunch of other ones as well, or you could of course do your own custom domain, which is coming soon. But Nostr.plebs, has some other neat features, like it can forward Lightning payments to your Nostr Plebs account, or from your Nostr Plebs address too. So in addition to your Alby address, you'd have one that is at Nostr Plebs. So you could use them interchangeably, basically. All right, so you can read this information of what it all is for and everything, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is register right down here. So register. Alrighty, so I'm jumping in here one more time. Nostr Plebs does cost some money. It's not very much, but maybe you don't want to spend any money. Alby also has the option for a NIP5 identifier. You have to go to their website in order to do it. You just would log into the website and you come into your account and you go to profile settings, and then you can go ahead and put your Nostr public key right in here and update your Nostr public key, and then you would have that NIP5 identifier that's at your Get Alby address instead of the Nostr Plebs, and this one's free versus Nostr Plebs. So there you go. And we could select a few different ones. I'm going to do Nostr Plebs and user. So I'm going to do Ghost Nugget BTC. There we go, and it tells me how much it's going to cost, and I want to go ahead and enter my public key right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and put it in there, and next. All right, so there's my invoice. I'm going to go ahead and click. I just clicked on it and it automatically loaded up Alby, and I'm going to go ahead and hit connect, and it's going to cost me about $3.04 or 12,500 sats, and I'll go ahead and pay now. And so there we go. I've successfully registered with the Nostr Plebs. To activate it, go to your client settings or profile editor and set your NIP05 identifier to the one shown above. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this info right here. And I'm going to go to Iris. Or I'll just go to Snort real quick, and I'll go to settings and profile. And right here we have our NIP05. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that in and hit save. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm. Now if I go back to my profile, we see right here under my name it says, Ghost Nugget BTC at nostrplebs.com, and I got the purple check mark right there. And if I refresh my profile on Iris here, I should see, I did have a blue check mark right there. So there's my blue check mark, and now it also says Ghost Nugget BTC at nostrplebs.com. So you can see I'm now confirmed with the blue check mark. All right, let me come back over to Nostr Plebs real quick. And we can go ahead and manage our account. So I'm going to go ahead and manage. And when we plug our password in there. And right down here, we can go ahead and plug in a forwarding address for our Lightning wallet. So that way if somebody sent something to my ghostnuggetbtc at nostrplebs.com address, it would wind up in the right Lightning wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Alby address and put it in here and hit save. And so there we go. So now if they send it to the one at Nostr Plebs or the one at Get Alby, it'll both wind up at my Get Alby wallet up here. And so that pretty much covers what I wanted to do. So have fun, and I'll create new videos as I learn new things, like how to run your own relay and maybe your own client and stuff like that if you have your own node. And so yeah, more to come. And hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate a subscribe or a like, or you could also go to thebtccourse.com and find more information there. I hope you have a great rest of the day.